Welcome, guys, to my Legends guide series. Pretty much what I'm going to be doing with this series is teaching you guys how to play Legends characters. And Legends PVE is a really great mode to play with these characters and have a little bit of fun without having to worry about stressing the game too much. Especially if you like DCUO, it's a nice way to just get away from raids and just have a little bit of fun. So, as well as PvP being a big thing, I don't really want to focus on the PvP. It's just mostly about playing the characters and trying to get the best damage and understanding how to use the character when you're doing Legends PvE. Of course, this could all be utilized in PvP, but those are different strategies for something entirely different. So, we're going to start with my favorite big powerhouse, Atrocitus, from my favorite Lantern Corps. Possibly my most favorite power in the game, as well as Rage. So yeah, we're definitely gonna start with this big monstrosity, Atrocitus. Now, as you can see, he's already pretty upset with that adorable little ring that he has on his finger, which is probably why he is upset. But we're gonna quickly just talk about what I do with him. I'm not going to make this too in-depth. I'm going to tell you guys how to do the most damage that you can do with Atrocitus. And to me, this is the best thing that I like to do for damage. You guys could do whatever you want. But if you want to do some really good damage, this is what you're basically going to be doing. What you need to focus on, especially because of the fact that a lot of the Legends characters are brawlers, you want to make sure that you can definitely do the Haymaker combo. Now, it's pretty simple. A lot of people may not know how to do it, especially if you're learning how to do the mechanics of the game. So we're going to quickly show you guys how to get that pretty much done. You can go down to current combos. All brawlers will have this. Brawlers, anybody that uses their fist banging or anything like that, big hitters. Haymaker, it's 1, 2, 3, hold, and hold. So you take your melee button. If you guys are on Xbox, if you guys are on PC, it's going to be your big melee, your hard melee attack, pretty much. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. It's 1, 2, 3, holding again. So you let go of the first hold, and then you hold again. So I'll do that again. 1, 2, 3, hold.
Burn like my rage!
So as you can see, he's pretty excited that he's doing all this damage. That's why he's yelling over me right now. So pretty much what we're going to do is now show you guys what I like to combo in terms of powers. Now, he has a lot of moves in his arsenal. But there are only going to be a very select few that you'll want to be using in order to maximize your damage. I will not be using the super. I just built it up. It takes forever to build up. So pretty much what you're going to be doing is understanding what you should be using to maximize your damage input. And for me, that's very simple. Dots. When it comes to the Legends characters, now I know you guys have a lot of mechanics that you use when you regular DPS or you're just playing the game. You have a different flow entirely compared to the Legends characters. So when it comes to certain Legends characters themselves, when you're playing a Legends character, you're going to play it a little more old school. And a lot of you guys have not been playing DC, I assume, since the beginning days. And that's pretty much how we would play it, is we would throw out damage and then go into a combo. That's kind of how you have to do things. So pretty much, let's say I'm going to be doing clipping. Now, as you guys know, clipping is for, may or may not know, I should say. Clipping is a way of using your power after you have actually used a combo. So if I punch, I can do a move. So for example, I punch once and I threw up. So that's kind of how it is. So I'll punch and then lunge. Now, you didn't see any damage from the punch, but this is what it looks like. You'll see a white number, then you'll see an orange or yellow number, depending on what your hue is. So that's what it would look like normally. So I'm going to show you guys both.
Blood and rage!
That was both at the same time. So pretty much you're punching and activating a power at the same time, as opposed to just doing one and then the other. Like that, in a way. That was extremely slow. Yeah, you could make it a little faster. So especially with the Haymaker, such a long combo. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like when I combo the Blood on the Floor with a Haymaker, which is usually my opening move. You can use the jump in. Usually if you're walking towards an enemy, you could use your lunge in. It's really great to just get close to an enemy faster than flying, or if you're just in the middle of a fight and you need to get to an enemy across the room. So you could always close in, start off with that, and then go into your Haymaker. 1, 2, but then I throw out my Vomit. So what you gotta really do is focus on the clipping part. The clipping part is very useful. It makes your damage output tremendous. Pretty much you're gonna be comboing Haymaker into everything. So I pretty much just use 2 moves. I use the Vomit.
Unleash your rage!
As you can see, I'm clipping. So when he does, before he does that last swing, before he does that one, that right hook, you're gonna hit your power. So as soon as you see him already getting ready to throw it,
challenge the Red
just have
Lanterns?
to hit a power. That's it. Any power. So pretty much when you have the Vomit on the floor, it does damage over time. Then the reason why I use the other Vomit move is because of the fact that it puts another DOT on him. You're putting 2 DOTs. And the reason why you want to use DOTs is because of the fact that they're doing damage for you while you're doing your big Haymaker. Now the Haymaker hits very hard, as you can see, it's 1500. So if you're constantly doing that number, but putting damage elsewhere for it to just automatically do damage for you, it's going to be very useful for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right into the Vomit on the floor, show you a rotation, nice rotation. Now I can't activate anything else. What would I do? Instantly I would use the triangle move. That basically, that foot stomp, it pulls, and you can combo it back and forth with the with your circle, which is your third power. So always use the third power when you can, but whenever those 2 moves, the Vomit on the floor and the Spew, are on cooldown, you're going to use your triangle, mostly to get enemies pulled towards you in case you need to just close in any gaps or tie in any enemies. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the 3 sparring targets. The reason why I also do the Haymaker is because he has a nice big AoE hit on 3 enemies. So if you're fighting just a multiple of enemies, you can keep them pulled in. You could have the floor that's pretty much everywhere, hitting everything.
Burn like my rage!
Gonna do a tremendous amount of damage. All you gotta do over and over is this Haymaker. Practice it. And then try and practice clipping your powers. Make sure you see that 1500 or that big number come up. As you can see, it's getting split up between the 3 enemies, but all you gotta do is pretty much just use a power right after that last punch.
I hate you.
So pretty much we're gonna see what it looks like when the number comes up and a power comes up. So we have the 16 there. So as you can see, 13 and 400 popped up at the same time.
Unleash your rage!
So that was great. That was excellent. So pretty much that's all you got to do. And you'll pretty much do a lot of damage. And when it comes to his super, you're going to pretty much hit his supercharge. When his supercharge is active, the more damage he does, the more power, health back, actually, I'm sorry, he gets back. And that's what you're going to do, is try and do as much damage as you can. And these dots add in terms of damage, which means that you will be getting healed while these dots are going off. So it's a great super. He builds his super very quickly, so it's definitely great to use in a boss fight.
Your fate is sealed.
And he does some great damage. So I hope this guide will help you to actually play him better and play Legends better. So it'll help you do a lot more damage. It'll make your experiences in Legends PVE a lot faster and go a lot smoother. So thank you guys for watching.